Can they continue that impressive start when they play Peterborough in the Coca-Cola Cup? The match commentator is David Smith.
A settled team has seen Villa achieve their best start to a season since 1980. But there's one enforced change tonight, with the new slimline Tommy Johnson in attack, replacing Savo Milosevic, who's on international duty. Villa continue with their new defensive system, which sees Gareth Southgate playing alongside Paul McGrath and Ugo Ehiogu. It's a big night for Peterborough right-back Lee Williams, an apprentice of Villa Park, but was released without having played in the first team. The Posh have packed midfield in an attempt to stifle Villa, with Gary Martindale playing as a sole striker, but with support from various members of the midfield. Our referee is Terry Heilbronn from County Durham. So Peterborough trying to emulate Bradford City, who did so well in shocking Nottingham Forest. I wonder whether they can do it as well. They're playing quite well at the moment, a four-match unbeaten spell. But playing at Villa Park, something completely different. First touch of the ball for John Sheffield, very experienced keeper, now 26 years of age. Cost £150,000 from Cambridge, the big rivals of Peterborough. There's Johnson. A new diet for him has seen him get back into first-team contention. To McGrath. That's aimed for York. Laid back for Johnson. He'll try the shot. Sheffield solidly behind it. The first threat towards that Peterborough goal. Layoff made by York, straight into the path of Johnson. He was obviously going to have a striker goal, but it was hit straight at Sheffield. Green, but unlucky, lost his footing. Now York does a beautiful turn, taking his man on. Return from Johnson, and he's fouled by Manuel. That could be real problems for Peterborough in two ways. The referee decides not to take any action against Manuel, but they've still got the problem with the free kick just outside the box. Gets past his man there, a delightful turn. Collected his wits about him and was heading towards goal, looking for the return there. And in came that challenge from Manuel. So 5 men in the wall. Perhaps a little nudge back towards Draper. It is. On the volley. What a fantastic goal. He was always lining up for that. And Mark Draper, who must be on the fringes of England selection, has just stated his case in the most emphatic fashion. In fact, the ball back from Townsend gave him an awful lot to do, but he controlled it quite magnificently, and what a wonderful finish. It's only taken 12 minutes, and Villa lead by 1-0. Well, must be a happy man, Brian Little, although he doesn't show his emotion. Ball inside to York, turning at will, Townsend goes down, and that is going to be a penalty. The referee had no doubts about it. Peterborough falling apart. 14 minutes into the game, and a reckless challenge after some superb work by York. Another good turn, slipped the ball inside for Townsend, and he was just tugged back, obviously made the most of it. But the referee had no doubts, it will be a penalty. York has already scored once from the penalty spot this season. Will this be his second and Villa's second of the night? It is! And it really didn't take too much effort. Just sauntered up. Buried it in the corner. That's a good ball to Ehiogu. Bit of space here if he can control it. Perhaps overhit it slightly, but now the shot will come in. He was slightly off balance, but he knows what a good chance it was. He could kick himself, he really could, because he knows that he had the opportunity of getting Peterborough back into this game. Just slightly overhit that first ball, and then when the shot came in, just slightly underneath it, Bosnich not forced to save. Southgate spreading it wide. Williams has a bit of time now, if he can control it, which he doesn't in the end. That's disappointing for Peterborough, because they're under pressure again now. The referee going over to have a word with the linesman here. So something was obviously said, which the linesman is reporting. He's calling over Williams almost reluctantly. And reaching into the back pocket. And this will be a yellow card. Whatever it was, the linesman had taken exception to it, and it's the red card. Well, whatever it was, he can't believe it, nor can the Peterborough fans. They're coming down to remonstrate. Stewards coming to try and restrain them as well. But he obviously said something to the linesman about that decision. He obviously didn't feel the ball went off and said something. And the reaction of the linesman and the referee was to produce the red card. Well, they had a mountain to climb. Now it's of Everest proportions. And John Still has got an awful lot of problems to sort out when half-time comes. Oh, Johnson's breaking forward. He's got the pace as well. He's gone past his man. Will he finish it? He's brought down, and that is going to be the second penalty of the evening. Johnson had the pace to initially get past Breen. He then tried to cut inside. If the truth be known, I think it overhit it. I think there were men covering. But the goalkeeper connected. He gets the yellow card now from the referee. And everything's turned sour for Peterborough. 4 minutes before half-time. And a chance for York to get his second penalty of the evening. And to put Villa 3 goals ahead. It's so easy. Well, this time he chose to go to the opposite side. The first one nestled to the left side of Sheffield. This time he decided to go to the right side, still as casual, and still with the same result. Sheffield totally beaten. It's 3-0 to Villa. McGrath. Southgate. Southgate again. Draper. Aho being encouraged to come forward. Every chance now. York might be underneath this one. Sheffield drops the ball. Townsend inside to Johnson. And there's the 4th goal. It's been a long time coming, not just in terms of this half, but for Tommy Johnson himself. Last scored on February the 22nd for Villa. Making the most of this rare opportunity to play in the first team. The ball was dropped. Townsend saw Johnson's movement into the area, and he finished it off with some power and some style. And this nightmare continues for Peterborough. They now find themselves 4 goals down with Tommy Johnson on the score sheet. Competitive in midfield. There were 4 players around him there. Eventually Clark back to Rioch. McGrath challenged by Power, still had the time to get the ball away. Johnson now looking for the ball over the top. It's a good one. York's going into the area. as is Draper. Johnson, superb play. York, though, couldn't quite get there. Comes to right. Still problems here for Peterborough. Gets on the right foot. Oh, a terrible mess-up between the two players. And Aston Villa, their 5th goal of the evening. And that's a memorable moment for Alan Wright, scoring his 1st goal for Aston Villa. But a real howler for the Peterborough defence. Really fancied his chances of having a crack. But then the little deflection is still going to be credited to Wright, though. Powers all by himself, now surrounded by Villa players, but still making a beeline towards goal, asking an awful lot of Rioch. In fact, he's done very well to get there. Now Powers gone into the centre, is having to hold the ball up. Found Clark. Manuel. Love to score, but he won't get the opportunity. Fenton intercepted. And now Draper is 3 against 2. York's on the left side. Can he complete his hat-trick? Cuts inside again. Oh, so unlucky. Just won't go in for him for a 3rd time. A lovely breakout led by Draper. He had the choice of Johnson or York. And York cut inside. Powerful shot, but it wouldn't go in. Farrelly, Southgate. Wright's on the overlap. Southgate coming forward. Now to Wright. Back to Southgate, slightly overhit. Doing very well, might go for it. And again he turns inside, and there's the 6th goal. And a 1st goal in his Aston Villa career for Gareth Southgate. He is absolutely delighted. He deserved it for his perseverance. Refused to allow it to go as he kept on pushing forward towards the goal. Riding one challenge after another. Cutting inside again, leaving Hill for dead. And that was the 6th goal for Villa. And very little Shield could do. Well, it did go through his legs. It's been a wretched night. And that was the last action of the game. Villa winning by 6 goals to 0. They led 3-0 at half-time. Goals by Draper, 2 penalties by York. They also had the sending off as well for Williams. Only 3 goals added in the 2nd half. But Johnson, Wright and Southgate, they take a 6-goal advantage into the 2nd leg. They must be well pleased. Final score of Villa Park, Aston Villa 6, Peterborough 0.
We're very pleased. Obviously things are going well for us at the moment. Important competition for us, you know. We're hoping to do very well in the league, but this is a big competition for us, and it's nice to kick off with a good result.
The 1st goal set you up nicely. I mean, Mark Draper getting important goals. I guess that was a special one for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think in games like this, if you score early enough, it can relax everybody and it can bring out the best in the team. If you get to half-time or even in the 2nd half without scoring, then the opposition become more resilient. But as things turned out, you know, an early goal, penalty after that, things went our way, and yet